Underdog Fantasy continues to be one of the most fun and most flexible ways to make some money while watching your favorite sport. It is my favorite daily fantasy prop game, and that's because of the options. Underdog Fantasy separates itself from the pack with the amount of choices you have to build an entry. Building these entries can be difficult at times, but when you have more and more choices, when you have 10, 11, 12, 13 different options per fighter, you could have a lot of success. And that's exactly what we've been doing, is having success. We absolutely smoked last week's entry, and let's do more of the same here. My name is Angelo. This is We Want Picks, and I'm going to give you my UFC Des Moines Underdog Fantasy Entry. If you don't know what Underdog Fantasy is, it's daily fantasy. You come in here, you say higher or lower than any of the numbers you see on the screen, you put a few of them together, and you can make some very real money. They'll even give you free money to play. The only thing you need to do is go to wewantpicks.com/underdog, use promo code WWP, and the free money comes flowing in. Use the promo code WWP. Get the free money and build yourself an entry. I'm going to give you an entry for UFC Des Moines, but you can see here we have every other sport you could ever imagine. We have the NBA playoffs. We have hockey playoffs, regular season baseball, any sport, including video games and other nonsense. Get your free money. WeWantPicks.com/underdog, promo code WWP. I'm going to go ahead and build an entry. The reason we've been having so much success recently is because of the finish lines, the higher and lower on finishes. We've been riding the lowers. We've been stringing them together like crazy, because when you do the lower on a finish line, it not only accounts for your fighter not getting a finish, but that includes losing the fight, winning a decision, losing by finish. It accounts for way more outcomes. So I prefer the lower on a half a finish anytime I really have it as an option for some of these less dangerous fighters or fighters I just don't think are going to win. Corey Sandhagen is in a weird group here because I do think he wins. Davison is very tough, but we have seen Davison quit. I am leaning towards the lower on a half a finish for Corey Sandhagen, so we're going to go ahead and add it, but that is one I've gone back and forth on. I have another one in here that I'm 100% positive about, but we'll get to that in a second. As I work my way down, the Bo Nickel one I'm going to stay away from. I don't quite know how that fight is going to go. Obviously, Bo Nickel has been very dominant in his UFC career. The only decision he's gone to was his last fight, and that was an active choice. He literally chose to turn it into a boxing match just to get his hands going, get that real cage time. So we're going to leave this alone because this fight might be exactly the same, or he might go typical Bo Nickel, launch Renier to the ground and try to make something happen. As I work my way down, there are some significant strike lines that I like. The 80 on Daniel Rodriguez might be solid. The 69 on Santiago might be solid. I think that's a good old-fashioned slug fight, but we're going to leave those alone. I'm also going to avoid the Mason Jones-Jeremy Stephens fight. There's a lot that could happen in this fight. Mason Jones could get a takedown and submit Jeremy Stephens, as he has been many times before. Or they just end up slugging it out, having fun in Jeremy Stephens' hometown. We're going to leave that alone. They're both making their UFC return. Yana Santos, we are going to do the higher on 40.5 significant strikes on her. If you run through her fight history, that's a number she absolutely blows past in most of her fights, including fights where she's losing, including fights where she's been taken down. And this is a fight that I do think Yana wins, but even if she loses, every round starts on her feet, and I think she's going to get her hands going. She's a high-volume striker, and I think she understands I need to stay in Misha Tate's face to not get taken down. If we go to Siri Saidi, no way he's finishing Cameron Smotherman. No way. Siri Saidi might win a decision, and then we'll get paid. Siri Saidi might lose a decision. We'll get paid. Siri Saidi might get finished. He's pretty chinny. We'll get paid. I love the lower on the Siri Saidi finish. If we continue to work our way down, we're going to juice our entry a little bit. We're going to add Gaston to win by finish to 1.53x this entire payout. So we're adding 50% juice, actually 53% juice on this payout. And we are going to do the flex option. That brings in a little bit of insurance in case this doesn't hit. But I think Gaston is the far better striker. He's clearly very dangerous. His opponent has been knocked out before. His chin can be touched, and I think Gaston could potentially find the chin again here. So we're going to do the juiced payout there to cushion our line a little bit. And then finally, I'm going to add Juliana Miller more or higher than 29.5 significant strikes. Juliana Miller sucks at fighting, but she gets her hands going. Win or lose, she absolutely bombs away. In her last fight, where she was knocked out in the first round, she landed 24 significant strikes. She was right there. So I can't imagine a fight like this that is just not against the dangerous striker. And I think there's going to be a lot of back and forth. And regardless of how well Juliana does, how much she loses by, how many rounds she steals from the judges, she will land these strikes. I absolutely love that. I think the two safest lines here are the over on Juliana Miller and Yana Santos together. Let's go ahead and throw $20 at this bad boy. We are going to do the flex play option because this is MMA, and quite literally anything can happen. I got an error here saying that I'm using a VPN. I am not using a VPN. I don't know why they got that error, but here is our lineup, and I already have another lineup I have built as well. We have the Corey Sandhagen lower on half a finish. Yana Santos higher than 40 significant strikes. Siri Saidi lower than half a finish. Gaston Bolanos higher than his half a finish. Juliana Miller higher than 29.5 significant strikes. I'll show you the entry I already built. That doesn't include some of those lines. These are my three most confident. We got the Siri, the Juliana, and the Gaston. Those are my entries. If you like my entries, great. If you don't, that is fine. Just get your free money. WeWantPicks.com/underdog, promo code WWP. And if you work for Underdog and you're watching this video, why did I get that VPN error? I got it last week. I got it this week. Works on my phone. Same Wi-Fi. No issues. For some reason, not working from my browser on my desktop. WeWantPicks.com/underdog, promo code WWP.